Oh, hey guys, look, I'm not dead. I swear, I'm not dead. Um, yeah, so that little, I guess, break really quickly got away from me. I'm not too surprised. I know myself, and I sort of usually do this. Um, I'll like overplay something like a lot, and then I won't play it, but I always go back to it. Um, like I've already wanted to do more battles, but it's a little time consuming, and also like I'm like, oh well, I'm sure the tiers have all changed like a million times and shit, so whatever. So in the meantime, I figure since I'm actually playing other things that you might be interested in, I will show you some of that. So this here, what you're looking at, is a game called Card Monsters. It's what's the word, developed and not produced, anyways, whatever. uh Company's called Edgeby, and I've been playing their games actually for a while. They're usually pretty cool, and it's nice too because they generally share the same like universe. Like they have Sorcery Quest, which is an RPG. They have Critter Forge, which is like totally unrelated, and it's like I guess like a cross between like Neopets and um, well, that's basically it. They've got Swords and Potions, which is basically you're operating a shop in the Sorcery Quest universe, so you know buy and sell all the same weapons and you meet the same sort of people. And then you've got Card Monsters, which basically uses the heroes and the items and the monsters as the cards. This card game is not really like any other card game I can really think of. Basically, I'll show you here. Your deck is up to 7 monsters and 7 items. Um, go. I said click. There we go. And yeah, you basically your hand is 2 monsters and 2 items at all times. Well, yeah, unless you have none left. Um, and you play them in. You have a front position, a middle, and a back row. And you use mainly, melee magic and range. There's also chance and a hell of a lot of different abilities. And basically, the goal is to kill all your opponent's monsters because once they have no monsters, it's kind of, I guess, like old style Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, like the anime before you could attack directly. I guess you had to like kill their monsters to win. So it's sort of like that, but anyways, I'll uh, I'll just show you here. I'm not exactly like top tier. I'm missing a few key cards, and not all of my cards are upgraded to level 5 completely because it actually gets really expensive. Um, but yeah, I'm a pretty good contender. As you can see here, I'm in a clan ranked number 18 on the server, and we've actually been higher, but we lost one, rather unfortunately, because we got attacked by a much higher ranked clan. But anyways, so yeah, this is the game. I'll talk a little bit about the basics. Oh, this guy's deck strength's not too good. 3,000 not that high. I think mine's somewhere around 4,500 or something. So let's see. So basically, here you go. You got your 2 monsters. You got your 2 equipment, and one of the key components to this game is pitching cards to turn them into crystals. You get 3 per turn, plus 1 anytime your monster dies, plus as you can see here, 1 if you pitch an equipment, and 2 if you pitch a monster. And there are some cards that have the ability called Crystal, which increases that by the amount. So let's go ahead and toss out my Precious. As I was saying, there's the level. You can see here the star. It starts at no star, then bronze, silver, gold, and then the platinum star is the highest rank. And as for rarity, this symbol here, if it's like white, it's common, blue is uncommon, gold is rare, and that is I believe it's epic or legendary, whatever, one of the two. These are by far the best cards in the game. You basically want your deck to have almost all of those, although there are a few rares that are like standards in high level play, which I have one of, which is this actually. Um, Infinite Aeon. Well, people call it Flame because that's the level 1 name, and the name changes. They don't really care. Um, Let's throw up a Horn of Ages. This will allow my Lava Dragon to heal itself. Well, heal anyone, but it's the only one on the field, so it can heal itself. Snail here is like one of the best tanks in the game. It has 20 shield, which reduces any melee or range damage by 20. And then it has 30 thorns, which means anytime a melee unit hits it, it takes 30 damage. And then you see its health there. And then he played an equipment. Twilight, which gives him 20 melee there, and that icon is Reach, which generally you have to be in the front row to play melee attack, or to use melee attacks, but with Reach you can reach out and touch them from the back row. As you can see here, this icon shows like not melee, ranged magic, because that's generally, but again with Reach you can change it. But anyways, what else can we do? I want to let's toss out Varied Bracers. I don't really need Reflect right now. I don't think I'll need it too much. And let's throw down a Shaman, even though I probably shouldn't, because he has an ability called Silence, which when he comes into play, let's not play that. When he comes into play, all your opponent's monsters become silenced too, as you can see there by the little speech bubble, and that prevents them from using magic or heal for those 2 turns. And then he also has Demoralize 20, which reduces melee attack value for all your opponents by that much, which is why this card is so great, because its Demoralize value is 50 at level 3, which is huge, because as you can see there, like I said, one of the strongest cards in the game only has 50 melee, so that makes him do basically nothing. But so far this guy's deck seems pretty defensive, so let's take a chance and pitch that. Probably won't need it. Play my Presidential Predator. Again, another very, very common rare card. That's sort of an oxymoron, but what I mean is like it's in a lot of high-level decks. You'll see it very, very often, because it has a very good combination of abilities. Courage, which is the opposite of Demoralize, it increases your allies' melee attack by a set amount. It has range and melee, and as you can see here, I have an Obsidian Spear, which will give him reach and allow him to attack from the back row. So this is, like I said, a very common strategy. You see this very often, using Reach with Predator, or Eagle, again, as I said. You use a level 1 name generally because that's what it starts as. It's Admiral Eagle, then like Commander Falcon, and so like the names change, so it's easier to just call it Eagle. And yeah, so basically this is how you play the game. You just sort of, I like it because it's actually pretty strategic, and even at high level play, as I was saying, there are some common cards, like almost every deck has Flame Dragon and Eagle, but you know, there's also like Musculard, and then what's it called, Sadistiu, which I'm actually just about to unlock, so I'll be able to purchase for myself. But yeah, there's quite a lot of variety actually. I mean, obviously there's not going to be like a million cards that are all like top tier, but there's a good amount. And actually, I'll show you after this match, after I crush this guy. There is actually a in-game collection, so you can actually see every single card, and you can see how they upgrade everything. It's really nice that it's all organized like that. That's one of the reasons why I like this game so much. It's just cool. And as you can see here, like I said, in old school Yu-Gi-Oh, they used to not, you couldn't direct attack. You had to attack a monster. In this game, if you do that, like you don't play a monster, and so they can't attack, you have to lose a card for being defenseless, as you just saw there. And usually it's taken out of your deck, but if, as you saw, he only had one monster and one equipment card left, so there's nothing left in his deck, so it pitched one from his hand. And if it had pitched his Eagle, he would have actually lost because of that. But yeah, so as I was saying, here's the collection. It shows you every single card from every single set and what you have. Again, shows you how many times you've leveled them. Here's the Red Dragon, as I was saying, one of the most popular. So it starts out fairly weak. I mean, it's 10 shield, 30 melee, 70 health with flying, which is really nice. Flying, yeah, as you can read there, 50% chance to avoid melee and 25% chance to avoid ranged. Then you upgrade it again. It gains 10 more attack, which is pretty nice. This is a big upgrade. It gains 10 shield and 10 attack and 10 health, but at the cost of increasing the crystal cost to play it by 1, which is really annoying, and I had that for there. I had it at this stage for a while. I just recently upgraded it to this, and it's so much better because the crystal cost goes down. Doesn't make any other improvements, but yeah. And then again, once I upgraded a third time, or well, a fourth time, it'll gain 10 more shield, and then it will become one of the best melee cards in the game. Again, another common card, Eagle, as I said. in a lot of decks. Starts out pretty weak, and its cost gets really high, and it doesn't get too much better. But here, for 4, that's a really good card. That is a very good card. What's another one? There's Green Dragon. He's pretty common, but not too common. Basically, the reason why he's common is because he has strong magic attack and he has like massive health. Muscular, as I was saying, very common because he has built-in reach, so you can play him in the back row and not worry about having to play an Obsidian Spear or a Twilight or a Long Spear to give him reach. And again, at level 5, ridiculously cheap. 3 crystals to play. You can play that right on your turn's 3 crystal gain and 70 melee, 110 health. That's ridiculously powerful. Yeah. Kulkin or Kukulkan or whatever it's called. For some reason people call it Triple K, but anyways, that's a little He's alright, not as common, but decent. Again, he has the melee range combo, but he doesn't have the courage that you would find on an eagle, so that's why eagle's more common. What else do we have? Another common card is Blue Dragon. Not as common as Red Dragon because he doesn't have the shield, so Red Dragon generally beats it, although Blue Dragon is, again, more health, more melee, and has Drain Crystal, which when you kill someone, you actually gain a crystal, which is nice. What else is a common card? Oh, Chimpo is one of the most common range cards. Very annoying because Opportunity allows you to attack again when someone uses like Courage or Reach, which, as you saw with my Eagle, is he has both. And so with 40 range, he can literally kill an eagle. You play it, shoots the eagle once, does 40 out of 80, and then when the eagle goes to use Courage at the start of the next turn, Opportunity hits, kills him before he really has a chance to do anything. So, it's a very annoying card, and again, stays fairly cheap at 3 crystals for the whole time, and 90 health on a back row unit is huge. That is massive. So, very annoying to take down. You have a few other common epics like Feline Rider, pretty common because when you first play it has Charge, which gives him 50 melee for the first turn it's played, which means it does 100 damage straight off the bat, which is really, really a lot. Kills most things. Let's see some other stuff. What else is pretty common? This is fairly common, Dungeon Master, because he has a stealth ability, which means when he's in the back row he can't be targeted by range or magic, which makes him very hard to kill. And again, once you get him to level 5, 2 crystals for 50 magic, one of the strongest magic users in the game, but also fragile, and again, stealth protects him, but it forces your other units to take a lot of focus fire, which, if you have a tank, not a big deal, but, again, you play to the card's strengths. It's a very powerful card. I definitely want it, but, yeah, this set, not too many common cards. Let's just see. Well, Clam is fairly common. Clam's an annoying one because it has stun, so it gives you a 75% chance to stun when you hit them. So he's a very you can't do anything unit. And again, still almost as powerful as Chimpo, just has stun instead of Opportunity. So again, if you want Opportunity, use Chimpo. If you want stun, use Clam. And then this new set, the 4th set, fourth expansion, 5th set, has dual color cards, which I haven't actually explained yet, and you're probably wondering. Let's go back to playing another match, and we'll talk about this. You're probably wondering what the colors are. So there's 5 colors. There's red, which is war, which is like all about attacking, melee range, even magic. Not so much, but it does have some magic. Just basically all out offense. There's balance, which is, despite the name, pretty defensive. Again, like I said, one of the best tanks. Snail is blue. Has some good magic, but a lot of armor and shield and defensive stuff. Again, as the emblem is a shield for it, as you can see up here. Purple is chaos, which is a lot of magic. They have fear, which like shuffles your opponent's team around. They have like some good melee, again, muscular. So they're kind of like war, but just not as like flat out aggressive. A little more tricky. Again, chaos. There's green, which is nature. A lot of strong monsters and healing and range. And then there's Fortune, which not too common. A lot of like luck-based abilities, cards that chance, opportunity, as you saw. A lot of 75%, 50% chances to activate cards. So here we go. I'm gonna play Flame. This is the perfect opportunity to play it because he's got 3 melee guys out. I mean, his Flame Dragon is out in the back and can't reach me, but he's still a threat if he gets the spear down. So let's play Predator. And no, that's okay. See, that's the thing. The AI is kind of dumb because playing 3 monsters like this, especially wasting his charge when he had nothing to attack, was, well, a waste. And now he can't really do too much. There you go. There's his spear. Or actually, that's a broken mace. What is it called? Something. Mighty Mace. There we go. Kind of an annoying card. Not as strong as Obsidian Spear because it has break, which does extra damage to armor. But yeah. Anyways, so as I was saying, yeah, there's the colors, and then there's generic, which is only equipment. And basically, a red monster can only equip red armor or generic armor, but generic armor will always cost extra crystals. And sometimes, if an equipment aligns really well with that color, it's actually even cheaper. So for example, Lionheart, as you can see in my hand, actually costs 5 crystals for generic, 4 for yellow, green, and purple, and 3 for balance and war, because they're very melee focused or armor focused in the case of balance. And they really like to worry about that. He has Death Strike. That there, you see Death Strike. As soon as he does damage to something, they die. But because I have a combination of Demoralize and my shield, he's not going to be hitting me, so I don't have to worry about that. As you see there's the 10 armor, as I was talking about. So basically, items that give armor, they have an effect, and they also have armor, so it protects them by giving them like extra health temporarily, but once it breaks, the item is gone. So it's a balance, right? It depends what you want. Do you want your stuff to last, or do you want it to, give you a permanent boost, but not extra health, essentially? So that break, like I said, is really pissing me off. Even though he's not doing any damage, the break allows him to do 30 extra right through my armor. Yeah, which is kind of annoying, because most abilities don't proc when you don't do damage, but break does, which is annoying, because he's breaking my Lionheart. And Lionheart, the reason I use it the most is because it has that flag ability. It's called Aggression, which means range is forced to attack him. Usually range will attack across, like such, and magic attacks straight across, and then melee, again, attacks the center position unless you are not, and then again if you have reach, and then there's backstab, which allows the melee to attack across like magic. But yeah, aggression will force all range to attack that target, and with 40 shield, most range don't have more than that. It's usually around 30-40 range, because again, Eagle, Clam has 40, Chimpo has 40, and then like equips don't have more than 30 range. So it makes him basically immune to range, my whole team. So it's a really, really, really useful card to have. I'm going to play Horn of Ages on my Aeon because it'll allow me to heal. And, again, as I said, he has the stealth, which protects him from any targeting, so it makes him very, quote-unquote, durable, even though it's actually pretty easy to kill. Because, again, as I was saying, Chance is another, attack type, but it's not very common because it's very unreliable. It does... So as you see there, my big rat, he has Chance 40, which means he will randomly do 0 to 40 damage to a random target, which means it ignores stealth, right? It can randomly target. And there's also cards, item cards that do strike damage that you can obviously target whoever you want. So that is an easy way to kill something you want to kill, like a Flame, which actually starts out with 10 health, but once you upgrade to level 5, it's 50, so it allows it to live some stuff. But there's also like Trample and Thrash, which when you hit with melee, does splash damage basically to other targets. So, yeah, like I said, there's a ton of abilities here. You see Resonate, which if my opponent discards something with Crystal and they get that bonus, I also get crystals. And what else is there? Let's see what else is on the field. I already talked about Reach, Heal, Drain Crystal, Demoralize. Yeah, it's all pretty common. As I said, look at his board. Feline Rider, Lava Dragon, Blue Dragon, Musculard. All very, very, very common cards. Okay, let's throw on my Excalibur, one of the best melee items in the game, in my opinion. Another item that costs 5 for everything, for generic, 4 for what is it, blue and yellow, and it's 3 for chaos, war, and nature, because they're all fairly melee focused. And as you see, 110 melee, kill that Musculard, one shot, generally lives almost any hit, but can't live my Courage 30 boosted Lava Dragon equipped with Excalibur. Which is very satisfying to kill something with 110 health in one shot. So I like it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and basically finish off his team. As you see up here, no monsters left, no equipments or items, so he has like no chance of killing me. He literally has minus 20 melee. So yeah, he's not going to be hitting me anytime soon. Let's just drop that back down. Not that it would matter, because even with only 20 melee, he can't do damage to my 20 shield. And I have flying anyway, so I could probably evade it. And I have healing, and it's not going to work out for him. So as I said, very cool game. Lots of stuff to actually do. I mean, there's the clan battles. There's duels, which you can do every day. I don't tend to actually shoot for the top score, even though I probably could most days, because you have to play 20 battles, you have to win all of them, and you have to do these challenges, which, like, I don't have a deck of only nature cards that could win me an expert battle, where your opponent starts with 12 crystals instead of 3. So it's incredibly difficult, and I don't have the deck to be able to do that. There are some days where I can go for the top, but again, as I said, like, it's like you share it with people, and yeah, it's 3,500, but after it's shared, it's like goes down to like not even 500. So it's like it's not really worth it that much. It's kind of not worth my time. Again, if I had a lot of time, sure, but I don't have a lot of time, so it's like Then there's swarms, which basically you unlock by doing quests. And you start the swarm, and you have, 24 hours to beat 1,500 of them. And, each time you want to start, it costs so much energy, whatever. Then as I said, there's quests. So this is the sorcery quest map, basically. And, yeah, so you start in the city forest, you go to Night Road, go like this, and up here, into the old mine, into the volcanic grotto, then road to Palladia, stony shore, sunken ship, abandoned prison, haunted port, and then like jungle or something. And like I said, you unlock, so Garib Invasion you unlock by beating City Forest, then you get this after I think Ruins or something, Violent Mushrooms after like Mountain Path, and unlock this after that, and Murky Swamp after, I think after Road to Palladia you unlock it. And then there is Umbral Vortex, which you unlock, I think, after beating the jungle. But yeah, I haven't cleared all of that yet. Then there's the crystals, which you need to upgrade your stuff. Yeah, so yeah, like this, it raises a rare monster level 3 or 4. This is epic of 1 or 2, so it gets fairly expensive. Starts at 250. Well, I have a 10% discount because I'm a quote unquote member, even though I didn't actually you get free tokens by playing, and I just use those to pay for the membership. But yeah, so it starts at 250. Again, grows up quite a bit. That's not too much, and then gets to a lot, and then 250,000, which I just spent to upgrade my Red Dragon, which is takes a week of solid grinding to get. So it's quite a lot, but it's worth it because there's not much else to spend gold on once you have the cards. Then of course there's the shop where you buy all your packs and stuff. And then there's live play, which is, as the name suggests, live play. And on the weekends they'll have a special tournament restriction which will double your reward. But I don't tend to do live play too much because it, again, takes a lot of time. It actually takes more time than dueling because you have to search for an opponent and play them live. It's not an AI opponent. But yeah, so this is the game. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I've been playing it for quite a while. And I like the layout of the game and everything. And yeah, so if you guys like this, it's content, right? Like I said, it's better than me not doing anything and sitting on my ass and being lazy and not having Pokemon battles. So yeah, if you like this, let me know, and I can do a little more of it. I guess probably Allied Assaults would be the best things to show because they're the most dynamic. The quests are kind of boring, and duels are pretty easy usually. Um, but yeah, anyways, so yeah, I'll see you guys next time.